Hey, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video. And today, we're going to be talking about Yellowjackets, Season 2, Episode 8. And let's get started. So when it first comes on, Misty and Mari are helping Lottie go to the bathroom. And Lottie is peeing out blood. All because of Shauna. And we saw Shauna kick Lottie while she was down, literally. So she probably kicked her in the back down there where one of her kidneys is. Misty saying that her kidneys is probably infected. Now that is just unacceptable. If I was Lottie, as soon as I got better, Shauna gonna get these hands. I don't care if I said let it out. I didn't say go ahead and almost kill me. And then we have Mari back there talking about, oh, this pee is making my eyes water. Misty told her, go empty it out then. Stop complaining. And she couldn't even do that. She dropped the bloody pee bucket. You can tell that she's affected by this, but I don't care. Don't nobody care, girl. And she got the audacity to cry. Now you crying? Nobody cares about your tears. Your eyes are really watering now, huh? And it's important to point out that during the times that Misty would take care of Lottie, Lottie would have visions. And in these visions, she would end up seeing things that was going to happen later on. Like in these quick flashes, we see people running, someone with a knife on their neck, and someone falling in the water, and we just don't know who yet. And of course, we're going to talk about that later. So we see that Mari is hearing dripping again, but we also find out that Taissa can hear it too. Now, this is what I think. I think that when Taissa said that she can hear it too, that maybe she was dreaming because they were just all laying there chilling and maybe she dozed off and her other self was like, yeah, I can hear it too. And when she said it, she seemed kind of out of it and she was looking how she looks when she's sleepwalking. And it could have been that when Mari started yelling, it woke Taissa up. And that could be why when Mari saw the blood coming through the wall, everyone was looking at her like she was crazy, including Taissa when Mari told her, but you said you can hear it too. So I think Taissa's other self heard the dripping because of the connection it has out there. But why is Mari hearing it? I don't know. Maybe the wilderness doesn't like her, like we all don't. And maybe this means that she's close to death. But I've said it before, I'm so happy this is happening to Mari. It's what she deserves. But y'all let me know your theories on the dripping. But y'all, when I saw this scene, I literally yelled. I never saw it coming. It never even crossed my mind that this mouse, little Nugget, was dead. Nugget's been dead all along. He's been dead the whole time. Taissa asked Akilah, what is that in your hands? Akilah turned around and said with her whole chest, you cannot touch him. He's mine. Taissa said, that thing is dead. Then took it from her and raised it up and started looking at it. Then there goes Akilah. Oh my God. I swear to God. You swear to God, that thing been up there with God. And another thing that got me was after Akilah found out that it was dead, she still was carrying this thing around. And at one point, she was acting like she was going to eat it. And then she got freaked out and she put it in her pocket. Is this another Shauna scenario? Like she was carrying around Jackie's ear and then she decided to eat it later. Akilah had me bamboozled with this mouse. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about Akilah and Nugget. And do y'all think she was hallucinating this because she's just so hungry? Or do y'all think the wilderness is trying to snatch her up? So we saw Taissa's other self for the first time in a while in this episode. And I feel like she made an appearance because of Coach Ben finding the tree and because of what happened to Javi. And, you know, her other self was part of the reason why Javi was found in the first place. And we all know Javi's outcome in this episode. So I feel like the reason why we saw Taissa's other self is because that whole thing is all connected some kind of way. And speaking of Javi, Natalie gave Javi some gloves that he wouldn't be able to use for much longer. And while they were having this conversation, Travis was watching them but looked like he was going to pass out at the same time. But he barely made his way over there to Natalie after Javi got up and told Natalie she's a good person and he's sorry for ever making her feel like she wasn't. Natalie also had a conversation with Coach Ben where she was saying maybe it wouldn't be so bad if Lottie did actually die. And Coach Ben agreed with her. He said, yeah, if she's in that much pain, then maybe it would be better if she just died. Then Natalie goes on to say everyone's changed because they're looking to Lottie now. Even Javi has gone to the dark side. Coach Ben said he doesn't even talk. Natalie tells him, well, I saw him bowing down to a symbol tree. Coach Ben said, which one? And Natalie tells him it's the one by the creek. So Coach Ben started putting two and two together, and he went into Javi's things and pulled out the pictures that he remembered Javi having and started putting the whole map together, and that's how he found out where the tree was and where Javi has been that whole time. I don't know about y'all, but I did not think Coach Ben was going to be the one to find this tree. I've been bamboozled this whole episode. So we see Coach Ben going through the woods and finding this tree. When he gets inside, it looks like a cave. And we see bones that remind me of chicken bones, but I know they're not chicken bones. So what kind of bones are they? Are they Crystal, aka Poop Girl's bones? Could this be where Javi's friend lives? Or could this be where a whole other group lives? I can see Coach Ben posting up in here and not going back to the cabin. He is over all them in there. Did you see the way he looked when Mari started screaming at nothing? He went in there and then quickly left out. He was like, I don't want no parts of this. And you already know, he's been tired of Misty. And when Misty walked up to him and asked him if she had to worry about him because that knife that he has is sharp, you can tell he was annoyed. He was like, I'm trying to get my crutches straight. Okay? I wouldn't be doing anything out in the open. Mind your business. But let me know your theories on Coach Ben and him finding that tree. There was a point in the show where Lottie told Misty that if I die, don't waste my body. And at first, Misty was like, no, don't even think about that. We're not even going to go there. But then it got to a point where Misty started looking at Lottie's neck like she wanted to take a bite out of it. After that is when Misty goes into the other room and tells everyone that Lottie says don't waste her body. And that's when Taissa says we have to find a way to survive and it can't be her. Because they were about to eat belt soup. Van found Jackie's belt talking about this could be protein. I don't want none of that protein. But since Taissa said we have to find a way to survive, that's when they get into this circle. They pull the skull's head out. Don't nothing come good when you pull that skull's head out. Van shows everyone the unlucky queen card, letting them know that if you pull this card, you're about to get ate up. And like I said in my episode 8 trailer breakdown video, Akilah asked Javi, where did you get that queen card from? And yeah, I want to know. Where did he get that queen card from? And we can't ask him anymore. We can't ask him. And we know that the deck originally never had a queen card. So where did it come from? And why are the eyes blacked out? And who blacked them out? This is the same card that we saw that Lottie has in her office that made her go outside and start cutting her hand up. But like I said before, Van showed everyone the Queen of Hearts card, and then she started shuffling the deck, and that's when people started picking a card. Everyone was safe until we got to Natalie, because Natalie picked the Queen card. As I'm watching this, I'm watching it scared and confused because I know that Natalie survived, so I'm thinking, who's gonna die? And is somebody really gonna die? What's interesting to me is this necklace, and why do you have to wear it when you're about to get slaughtered? I know that Jackie wore this necklace, so maybe they're like, whoever's getting ate up like Jackie needs to wear this necklace. I don't know. They're weird. But I do know whoever Pit Girl is wore this necklace too. But we see Shauna standing behind Natalie with the knife, but Natalie says, you're going to have to face me. Look me in my face. And in me. So Natalie turns around and she's looking at Shauna in her face. Shauna's looking right back at her. She's kind of hesitant, but then she starts having these flashes. And you can tell right after those flashes was done, her head was going to be on the floor. But right before she got the chance to do it, Travis pushed Natalie out the way and told her to run, while they held Travis up against the door with a knife too. Now Natalie is running through the woods for her life, while the girls are chasing her like wild animals, howling, literally howling. Now I think the howling was a little too much. This is your friend. Y'all that hungry? Oh God, please don't ever let me be that hungry. So as Natalie is running, Javi catches up to her and he says, if you trust me, come with me. So Natalie goes with him to this place that Javi told her was safe. And it was never said directly, but we know that this is the tree that Coach Ben found and where Javi was living at for those few months. And as they're running across this empty field, they're still being chased until Javi notices he is literally on thin ice. The ice starts to break and Javi falls right through. Natalie tries to save him, but Misty tells her, don't try to save him because they're going to get you for saving him. So just go ahead and let him die so you can live and we can eat him up. And since Natalie doesn't want to die, she's just sitting there hopelessly watching Javi yell for help and call out her name. I wonder how it feels for her knowing that Javi's last words were, Natalie, help! Poor innocent Javi. He should have just stayed in the house. But if he never would have came out the house, then we wouldn't have Natalie today. Travis is going to end up blaming himself for his brother's death, and he may even blame Natalie. And this also brings me back to the vision that Lottie was having when she was in the room. She saw this coming and she couldn't tell nobody. But a lot of them probably wouldn't have even cared anyway. So after Javi done drowned to death, Natalie is off the hook because Van says the wilderness chose. And I guess Lottie is right when she says it chooses. You can pick a card if you want to, but the wilderness has the last word. But I wonder why the wilderness decided to take him. What did he do when he was gone for those few months? Did he do something not so innocent? Because I'm over here like, oh, poor innocent Javi. What did he do out there? But unfortunately for Javi, he will be beef jerky. And that is probably him that they're carrying on that stick. R.I.P. Javi. But now let's get into present day. After Shauna got off the phone with Jeff, she let everyone know that Jeff told her that the police has found their friend Adam's body in the park. Why did she have to say our friend? Why couldn't she just say my friend? She loves to take everybody else down with her. Taissa, Natalie, and Misty are shook. Misty's like, are you sure? He said Adam Martin. Van is like, who was Adam Martin? And Taissa cleared it up. She said someone Shauna knew. That's not my friend. I don't know that man. So they took it outside and they started going back and forth. But Van was all up in Taissa's face. She's like, did y'all have something to do with this? Why is Misty and Natalie over there whispering? What did y'all do? Since Van wants some answers, she ran over there and snatched Shauna's car keys out of her hand and threw them all the way over there in the trees. Shauna looked at her and said, are you insane? Girl, look in the mirror. Van said, I want some answers. And then Taissa got to thinking after Lottie was like, well, it's so important. Jeff had to call you here. So Taissa's like, yeah, how did Jeff know to call you about this? You've been telling him about what we got going on? Finally, Shauna was like, okay, yeah, I told him. First of all, calm down, girl. You're the one that told. Misty said, I have very clear instructions. So they all start arguing and Lottie shut it down because people started coming outside. She said, we're going to take this in the sharing shack. Shauna said, no, don't nobody want to go in the sharing shack. And when they got inside, Shauna started pointing the finger at everyone else like she always does, and that's how they got on the topic of Taissa finding Van. And Misty's like, all you had to do was ask me, you would have got it for free instead of outsourcing. So everyone's like, who? What? Outsourcing who? So Misty tells everyone that Taissa is the one who hired Jessica Roberts. So Shauna's like, what if she goes rogue? Misty's like, oh, she won't. Don't even worry about it. And they're like, how do you know? She goes, because I took care of it, like I always do. You're welcome. Then there goes Shauna pointing the finger again. She said, see? Why am I always the bad guy when Misty is holding people hostage in her dungeon? And the FBI's been going around asking questions about Natalie. Misty said, stop. Just stop. It was me. I'm the FBI. I was the one asking questions. Me and my boyfriend, Walter. She said, boyfriend, Walter. Girl, that's not your boyfriend. He don't think of you as his girlfriend. Misty has always had this problem since she was younger, thinking people's her friend when really they're not her friend. They don't want to be her friend. Now she over here claiming Walter. But she explained to them that Walter dressed up as an FBI agent and questioned Randy to try to find out where Natalie was. But that got Misty thinking. She was like, Randy seemed really nervous to be innocent and he mentioned Jeff. Shauna's like, well, of course he mentioned Jeff. They're best friends. Trying to throw people off, but Misty said no. He seemed worried. And to think of it, someone else had access to those journals. So that's when Taissa said, that makes sense. You found glitter in your bedroom closet. You thought it was from Adam, but it makes sense that it was Jeff. Natalie says, was it your husband who sent the postcards and who was blackmailing us? Shauna ends up confessing that, yeah, it was Jeff. But she didn't tell anyone because she thought that they would kill her husband. Because if it was her, she would off everybody else's spouse or whoever it was. She was going to end them for being the blackmailer and sending that postcard. Shauna, everyone is not as crazy as you are. Just because you was going to do that, you admitted to it, doesn't mean that everybody else, maybe Misty, but it doesn't mean that everybody else is going to do it too. The whole time this was going down, Lottie was just looking at everyone. She was probably thinking, yeah, someone has to die tonight. But when she finally did open her mouth and say something, she says, we have to give it what it wants. Oh, girl, here we go. She told them we have to drink poison. poison. She had the glasses lined up with the candles ready. At first, they're like, no, we're not doing it. You drink it if you want to sacrifice something. Lottie goes, you know it doesn't work like that. It chooses. I'm going to choose to get up and walk out. I'm not participating in that. This isn't the wilderness no more. I don't know why they're still following behind Lottie after all these years. At first they were like, no, we're not going to do it. But then changed their mind. I don't understand. I'm gagged in a bad way. So you're telling me that someone is actually up for the chance to die? They're going to actually drink this poison. Now, if they do actually follow through with this, who do y'all think is going to die? My guess is Natalie, only because these parallels between Natalie, Travis, and Javi are crazy and they are scaring me. Maybe since she dodged death in the wilderness, she won't be able to dodge it now, and she hasn't been acting like herself lately. And them having to drink this poison reminds me of that drink that she was walking around with, and it also reminds me of the scenes that she's been having with Lisa when they've been talking about depression and ending yourself. So I'm thinking if anybody's going to die here, it might be Natalie. But let me know what you think about that theory. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope nobody dies. Now, we saw the police come to Shauna and Jeff's house, and you already know they were looking for Shauna. But Shauna's not there because she's over there at Lottie's cult. They're thinking that Jeff kicked Shauna out the house because of the whole cheating thing. But nah, he's like, she's at the spa. Yeah, okay. But Nick and Jay bring Jeff over to the table and they literally lay out everything on the table. They're showing Jeff the pictures of Adam's cut up body. And we find out that they removed Adam's tattoos with a cheese grater. A cheese grater! And we also find out that they know that this is Adam's body because he recently donated bone marrow to a friend who had cancer. And while Jeff is hearing all of this and seeing all of these pictures, he's still remaining calm. He's crazy too. He's still holding it down for his psycho wife until finally he was like, okay, this is enough. This is enough. We saw Jay going through Callie's room, and Callie tried to be like, the jury's gonna be on my side once they see that you tried to seduce me, a teenage girl. Jay tells her, I don't have anything to worry about because once the jury sees how much of a liar your mom is, they're gonna say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Jeff had a dream later on that night of Shauna slicing the side of his torso like it was a slice of ham. And it's no telling because she may actually do something to him like that in the future. And Jeff knows this in the back of his head. He probably don't fully trust Shauna. And then that whole thing with the police coming over and him seeing those pictures of Adam, he is shook. I wonder if this dream is trying to tell us something. And I wonder if Jeff is going to end up taking the fall on all this. But since Jeff couldn't go back to sleep after he just had that nightmare, he was up talking to Callie, and he told Callie about the baby that Shauna lost in the wilderness and how that has something to do with how she acts today. And for a while, I've been wondering if Jeff and or Callie even knew about this Woods baby, but now we know. Let me know if you think Shauna is going to get caught and if she's going to take the whole family down with her. Now, Walter. Who got time for a puzzle like this? He is a true multitasker. He has time for a 2,000-piece puzzle and to take Misty down. He's over here on the police site telling them that he may have some helpful information for them, while Misty is over there calling him her boyfriend. This makes me wonder if Walter was the friend with cancer. And we still don't know whether or not if Walter has found out that they found the rest of Adam's body before or after Misty left him that text message. And what is up with this purple jacket? It's not heliotrope. It's purple, and they made it a point to slow down and really focus on Walter putting out this purple jacket. So I don't know, but it's significant and it has to play a major role in this next episode. Now, I would be surprised if Walter was somehow messing around with the police trying to steer them away from Misty, but I don't think he's doing that. I think that he knows who Adam Martin is. Maybe they were related, maybe they were friends or something, and he's trying to help crack this case by taking Misty and everybody down with her. But I really liked this episode, and I'm so upset that we only have one more left. But y'all let me know all your theories about this episode in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.